to Amsterdam, Holland, September 5th, Friday. And the weather report says it's going to be nearly 80 degrees today. Unbelievable. We've had epic weather the entire journey. This is the view from the cruise pier. We have just ported and we're going to rent a scooter today, and we're going to really check this place out. Every little nook and cranny. That's what we're going to do, folks. And it should be lots of interesting video. I'm going to sneak my camera into places, well, you know. So we're going to go try out Amsterdam on this Friday, September 5th. 6th. To make it ashore in Amsterdam, Holland. And this particular tour boat appears to be broken down. That's a AAA service in Amsterdam for your broken down tour boat. And this larger tour boat is getting ready to take a bunch of passengers on a beautiful cruise. A waterway cruise in Amsterdam, Holland. And of course our trusty Costa Pacifica cruise ship is waiting for us to return in the really nice cruise terminal. The nicest cruise terminal we've been in so far. And we are headed to the train station over here to catch the tram to go rent a scooter. Oh boy, scootering abroad. Uh-oh. My attention that this particular vessel is one of the river cruise boats that you would go on if you were going to tour up to, on the rivers, up to Germany, I believe. You can go all the way down the Danube and up the, whatever it is, river, and you can see the Tulip Festival. It's supposed to be very nice. These are a lovely experience for those of you considering coming to Europe and doing the riverboat. This is the back dining area here. We've been on one of these, not quite as big as this one. And then of course all the staterooms, 2 floors of staterooms. I think there's a lower floor too where I would be located there. You can see the little portholes. Yes, us frugal people are in the hold. Okay, we're here in Amsterdam, Holland, and we noticed this strange situation. That would be our cruise ship waiting for us patiently. I have now reached what appears to be the Dutch version of the park and ride. That's right, you can come here and park your bicycle. This young lady here is parking her bicycle, and I don't know if it's a fee, but this is where we're on a barge here, and you could park and leave your bicycle when you managed to make it to the 17 tram in Amsterdam. And I seen an interesting hairdo here. I have never seen this woman's hairstyle before. You can't see her too well. There she is looking at us. Now we are going on the 17 tram, and we're headed to the scooter rental facility. And you were to ride the 17 tram, you would see this experience. The booth back there is the ticket taker. I believe it was 2.8 euros for each one of us to ride this individually like this. And we're cruising the streets of Amsterdam, and there's a lot of bikes, and the scooters can use the bike pass. That's good news for us. So here we are. Here's one of our interesting stop here. This is a drawbridge in Holland, Amsterdam. And this particular boat was a little too large for this bridge, for this area here. He's got a car with him, and so he had to slow all of us down so he could go into the drawbridge. I'm not sure if they have a vote for that, or if they have a remote control, they could just do the button. And here's our fellow. Look at, she's got a big old suitcase there, and her it's like a traveler. And here is another Segway tour. It seems to be very popular here in beautiful Amsterdam. These are the Segway riders with their helmets on. We are risking our lives with a scooter and no helmets. And there they go. Now we have all this traffic and the tram waiting, but my trusty co-pilot Sophia is waiting here for me to return with the scooter. Let's go, Soph! Okay, we're in Amsterdam, and I believe this is a small flower market, and that would be the restaurant of something. And we're in a large square here in beautiful Amsterdam, and we are not far from the seedy area, so it is a bit unusual here. We decided that we would stop and have a small lunch, and my little lunch partner is right here. And there's our little scooter, and here's a bunch of girls traveling. Hi! Wow, they're friendly here in Amsterdam. Dang, you see that? Come to Amsterdam. Meet the girls. Dang, they're pretty too. Hey, we're still in Amsterdam, and we've met the trams over the bridge. And this place is really incredible. The bicycle traffic is like unbelievable. And here is a little private tour on the salon booth. They stopped for a little something nice. And these canals are just incredible. There is so much retail in so many shops. And the people are everywhere. And they dart in and out on bicycles like unbelievable. The ladies, the girls, bikes are everywhere. And these riders are fearless. They just go, 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 go. They don't slow down. They don't stop. They weave in and out of each other like nothing I have ever seen. So if you really want to get into the bicycle scene and you want to enjoy some heavy, tight cut traffic, come to the Netherlands, Amsterdam in Holland, because that's where we are. Anyway, we're about to take off and go at what appears to be a large street market here with the Dutch people out shopping. It's very warm today, unbelievably warm. It's like almost 80 degrees. Kind of really hot for the Netherlands, extremely warm. And we found a street market and we're going to go streeting about here a bit. Here's the bread lady. She's selling bread and other interesting items. So we're going to see what we can scare up in the street market. Try to stay out of the bike paths because you get run over here in the Netherlands. Although we've seen no accident. What's really unique about this swap meet, you might call it, here in beautiful in the Netherlands and in Amsterdam, is the buildings. This like street market is just incredibly unusual because of the buildings. They just go and go and go. I wonder what the people do in these buildings. Probably a little residential. They can like keep an eye on the markets. So that is the street market. More of the street market here in Amsterdam. Amsterdam street market. Here in the Netherlands, Amsterdam. And here's a pretty girl with the red hair. And what's really wild about this place is there's so many people and so many bicycles. In fact, I knocked her off her bike. Pardon me. I cut in front of her. And the people and the bikes are just everywhere. It's a lot more people than I anticipated. Of course, it is really a beautiful day out here. And this is a little side street from our market. And for me, it feels like you got to kind of stay out of the way because there is a lot going on. And you never can tell when you're going to be in the way of a bicycle or a vehicle or a little moped or who knows. And this is our little side street adventure in Amsterdam. Cafes, people enjoying the day, everybody's got their light clothing on, walking about. An incredible sight. More people than I expected. We're back in the large street market here, and this is the vegetable vendor, the usual vegetables. This was kind of interesting here. You can see the local fish. We have some large halibut, some interesting local fish, different fish. That's okay. Yes, you could get yourself, I'm not even sure what these are. This gentleman would know. Where are you going? Sophia has spotted something. What have you spotted, Sophia? Oh, that's the bookstore? Oh, here there's a cooking store. Oh, we're going up another side street and look at these bicycles. These people are into it. And you will see the old people and the young people cutting corners and dodging traffic. It's quite a visual experience. You have the giant candy section with the candy vendor. And they have all kinds of interesting candy here. Little chocolate nuggets. Caramel. That is the market. And we are sealing eel. We are vacuum sealing eel. What do we do? What is the name of that eel? Haroktapali. We're getting smoked eel right there. That baby there. And she is sealing it as we speak. And here are the fish vendors. And we've made it here. Now if you come to a fish store in Holland, you can have this gentleman. He will clean your fish for you. Looks like he's done this before. gotten our shrink wrapped eel from a beautiful woman in Holland, and we're taking it back to America. Thank you. Hey, we have finished in the marketplace in Holland, in where are we? Amsterdam, and we have gotten the dried fish. And Sophia is bringing special gifts back, which is called what now, Sophia?
Advocaat.
Advocaat. Now, what is that tasty little advocaat? What is that made of? Is it peach or?
You know, I don't know.
You've
more
never.
Eggs, more eggs,
It's egg alcohol. Is that right, Sophia?
Yes, it's a dessert drink.
A dessert drink. And what I've gotten, and I also got something here. I got a permanent marker because I gotta do a little touch-up paint on the scooter. I had a little brush with somebody with a side of a something right there, you can see, and I need to touch up my scooter because I'm just certain that seasoned scooter rental professional will notice that little dent, and he will try to charge me for my indiscretion. Sophia has found some French fries, and I'm going to touch up my scooter. To the Heineken factory, and it appears these people are waiting in line for beer. I'm not sure what they're waiting in line for. If they're waiting for a tour, if they're waiting for just a beer. Lots of pretty ladies riding bikes around here. There are so many bike riders. They are everywhere. And we are now going to wait in line for beer. No, I'm afraid we're not going to wait in line for beer. We're just going to watch these other people wait in line for a beer. And here's even an older guy coming by. Look at that. Larger canals in Holland. This is the main one coming up from the south. I don't know the names, but there's lots of people. There's a tour canal boat. And there are all kinds of people. This is just a gorgeous day. We just have unbelievable weather, almost about 80 degrees or in the mid 70s. And here is one of these, and we saw this working. This might even be the same one. This is one of these drawbridges that you go, when you have to come through the canal, you would raise the drawbridge. Oh, I think it was the next one down. And once again, just amazing how many people there are here on the streets. It must be this gorgeous day that all these people. This woman is out here. She's taking a little day run by herself. Hello, woman out there taking a day run. She's smiling for us. Okay, come to Holland. Coming up to another very busy intersection here in Holland. Now this woman to my immediate right, she's got the extended cargo bike. Oh, there's a couple of doubles. Here's the tram system. Oh my. There's another woman with the extended cargo bike right here. Look at that baby. That's a work cycle. She's trying to figure out where to deliver to. There are so many people here. I think it's because this weather is just absolutely gorgeous. These trams are pretty nice too. We rode one of these. Very nice. There's all kinds of bicyclists. And up here, we have the trusty canal. A beautiful canal scene. And look at all those bikes along the edge of that canal. Unbelievable number of bicycles here in beautiful Amsterdam. Okay, we're going to head to our next spot. We don't know where it is, but we're going to incredibly interesting bicycle and scooter filled square. We are now going to, look at this young lady. She just pops on her scooter. No problem. Fire that baby up and take off. Unbelievable. And helmets on scooters? No, I don't think so. This woman here, she just went and did a bit of shopping. And she's got her basket in front of her, and she's ready to take off. Here's a young lady with a bike and a dress. We're going to go down this little canal street here and take a little peek and see if there's anything interesting. There's some rental bikes. I'm standing in the bike lane. You don't want to do that in Amsterdam. You get your butt run over. Here comes a rental bike, folks. And there's a woman with a working bike. Uh-oh, I'm crossing quickly here. They're going to run me over. Oh boy, gotta be careful. Okay, we're going to check out this little area on the Amsterdam flower market. And boy, could you get a selection of tulip bulbs in this area. How about a blue tulip or a red tulip? How about that little sexy number? Here's a variety pack. And they have so many tulip bulbs here. And you could get the big bulbs of different kinds of bulbs. This one, that one. Which one do you like?
I like the black or brown one.
This local Amsterdam woman likes the black and brown.
I'm not local, I'm from Denmark.
Oh, you are? She is not local, she's from Denmark, but she likes those. Okay. Here we go. Now, the flower market. We've got, oh my, look at this. All kinds of, and the people here, just everywhere. This is a young lady with her man in a hammock, and more bulbs. This is a bulb festival. Little rootettes. My. You could just get about any old bulb that you wanted here. Holy Toledo. I don't know if it's planting season or not, but there are a lot of people here in this flower market. And look at these buildings. An incredible visual experience. The streets of Holland. And one of the things I noticed about these extremely ancient buildings, they aren't, I don't know if this is on landfill or something, but these buildings don't look like they're straight up and down to me. They look like they're tilting forward, and they got little hooks up there from back in the day when they used to hoist the goods up. But these buildings are leaning forward. Interesting. I guess that's a good thing. Before. We're in a traffic jam with bicycles. We're like 25 back from the signal, and everybody's waiting patiently. I could try to sneak up front, but I might be in trouble with the locals here. Okay, we're taking off. Amsterdam, and this young lady, are you from Amsterdam?
Yes, I'm from Amsterdam.
She's from Amsterdam, and she's biking in high heels.
Oh,
That's right.
problem.
They do it here every day. Okay, here we go. She's beating me too. No! According to my calculations, we are now entering the center of the marijuana and prostitute area of Amsterdam. There's one up there. Oh no, that's just a painting. They say that the girls are in the window here, at least that's what I've heard. But what do we have here? A scooter rider. I don't think she's a working girl. We could ask her. How are you, young lady? Are you enjoying your scooter? Okay. This is the area, according to my... See, we got the red light souvenirs. All these interesting places. So I'm going to try to get in a bit deeper into here, and I will report back. I managed to find some of the world-class prostitutes, and I'm come down. Okay, we have finished our scootering experience in Holland and Amsterdam, and we are still alive. And we're returning our scooter now to Scooter Planet that we found on Google. And these guys are totally cool. Come and rent a scooter from these guys. It's 19 euros for a half day, and it's a really cool deal. And they run a scooter repair facility too. This is the gentleman that took care of us. They have all kinds of scooter equipment here. We don't have many scooters in Holland. You pay the attendant who is in the small booth. And as luck would have it, we returned our scooter, and it's raining. The scooter guy said it can rain any time here. So we had this like beautiful day. There's a raincoat on the scooter. Oh, in fact, here's a raincoat on a baby carriage. Look at that. Well, you don't see that in California. Okay, we're going back to the cruise ship. Back in the trusty 13 tram was very reliable and got us back to the central train station, which is only a few hundred yards walk back to our trusty cruise ship. It's raining here in Amsterdam, but Sophia enjoyed herself so much, and her parents are from here. She said, I want to live in Amsterdam. So Sophia wants to live in Amsterdam. Only if it's sunny, and it was sunny all day long. And there's the tram station at Central Station. Okay, we're heading into the train station now. Central train station in Amsterdam. And these are the fellow Amsterdamites. They're a fairly nice crowd. A lot of them speak English. It's amazing. It really is nice in Amsterdam. I think these are travelers going everywhere. It's getting to be 4 in the afternoon, so this must be a little bit of rush hour. as we traverse through the train station of Amsterdam, the central train station. Actually very nice. This country has a good, their infrastructure is very nice. Train station in Amsterdam, Holland. We see this wonderfully architectured building on the horizon. I don't know what that is. And all these this is the largest river in the area. And now we're walking to our trusty cruise ship. It's just waiting for us. It will take us to London, England tomorrow. Actually Dover, and we'll take the train. But anyway, so we're gonna head out on our trusty cruise ship. And it's raining in Amsterdam, but we had a delightfully sunny day all in the cruise terminal. And our new friend Mitch is telling us that there are 600 Italians.
500 Italians.
500 Italians.
2,000 Germans.
2,000 Germans.
Guests. And you told me
Yes.
1,000.
Well, I didn't. That's what the photographer told me. And they said they know. I don't know why the photographer would know. But anyway, we are in the cruise terminal. And we have a German band. This would be the Het Amsterdam Gut. And they're singing us a nice German tune for our arrival back to the cruise terminal. From Amsterdam just a few moments ago. And what do you do after a hard day or scootering in Amsterdam? Well, heck, jolly gee, you hop into the dance class and just burn a few more calories. Let's do it. There's Sophia right now. I got to get going. I'm going to miss all the exercise class. We forced to come into the buffet and try to eat a little bit healthy today. A salad with a pear. And while we eat that salad and pear, we're going to try to enjoy the beautiful view in Amsterdam of the river that is right in front of us. Get to see the interesting barge traffic. This looks like some sort of fuel vessel. And this one over here looks like he's carrying a load of earth or something to destinations I have no idea. But that's our little view here after spending the day in beautiful Amsterdam. What a gorgeous place with all the bicycles and all the scooters, and boy were the people out today when it was nearly 80 degrees in the first part of September. I believe it's Friday, September 6th as I understand it. And that's our view as we eat our salad. We're pulling out of beautiful Amsterdam in Holland. Unbelievable experience. The canals, the bicycles, the scooters. You can see a little canal now. Unbelievable with the bikes. And the moms with the babies on the bikes, and the people they have truck bikes and bikes. Oh, the bikes are. And the scooters. We went to a gas station and it was all scooters. That was it. Only scooters. So here we are leaving beautiful Amsterdam. An unbelievable experience, an unbelievable day. A to return to city. There's a passenger ferry. You have to get around. There you go. Jump on and you get to see the cruise ship leave. What a sight. Everybody's enjoying the sunny day now that the rain's gone. We're still leaving Amsterdam here, and it appears that we've passing a couple of interesting items. We have a submarine here. This would be the Dutch Navy on duty with their submarine, or maybe that's a museum. It's got graffiti on the side, so I'm not sure it's working. Next door to the Dutch submarine is a very large riverboat. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a hotel. It's a stationary hotel, it says on the side. So you could take a hotel and stay right there riverfront. Here in Amsterdam, it appears they're having a small party or a big party down there. And maybe the cruise ship is part of the ambience of their. There appears to be a huge amount of diners there in this facility. boat race or something. We do this in our area. When the boat races start, they moor, oh, maybe not, they moor the boats that way, heading out. And there's what appears to be some sort of restaurant or yacht club in beautiful Amsterdam. And I think we're the feature of their couple of dry docks, and boy, they actually look fairly dry. Here's a large dry dock. That's water, that's dry. That's water, that's dry. That'd be a dry dock. If you need a bit of sand or a couple of tons, what you'd do is you'd come to you get you a barge load. You just go, oh, no problem. Fill up a barge load of sand, bring it on over. I don't know how they dump it. You must have to have a crane at your end of the block or something. But that's the sand barge. It looks like that for concrete or something like that. They would travel to Holland from outside the area. What do you do? Well, it appears that you would just go through the tunnel underneath us right now. It appears that there's vehicles, many vehicles, traveling underneath this river to Amsterdam because we're in water. Amsterdam, we had a terrific day, but it appears that some days aren't so terrific and they're rather windy, because that's about a big giant wind turbine machine you can ever see. And there's a bunch of those as we head out to the Atlantic Ocean. So this must be one heck of a windy place. As we leave Amsterdam, we come upon a canal front housing community of houseboats. And you could keep your yacht at the marina, the nearby marina. I don't know what kind of wake you're going to get from the cruise ship here. We're going to wake them up, or we're going to give them something to think about right here. If you wanted to do a small bit of container shipping, you might consider this fine firm. It appears that you'd bring a very, very small container ship in there, and then you would unload your relatively few 4 or 5 containers. And that is about... And then you could store them too in their container yard. Love their oil. And being on the coast here, they have a great geographical location to transport that oil inland through the rivers. They probably service Belgium, France, Germany, and beyond. And I think this would be, these barges here would be some sort of oil transport. We're down in Curacao and Aruba, and boy, they really have the oil facilities down there off Venezuela. They have the oil tankers here. They just do the oil thing. And look at all those oil storage facilities. Huge tanks that just go on and on. It's unbelievable. They must import from all around the world, and I think they service the entire inland of Western Europe, the Dutch. And it appears that, I'm not sure if that's probably a power plant right there, as opposed to a refinery. I'm not seeing a refinery right here. I'm not sure what they do with the oil at this particular moment, but that looks like the Mercedes-Benz dealership in beautiful Amsterdam as we go out, and it looks like, if you can see here, you can get a Sprinter for 299 euros a month. What a deal. Actually, I like those things. Those are cool. Okay, there's the Mercedes-Benz truck dealership in Amsterdam. The Atlantic Ocean, we seem to be passing some of the main container shipyards of Amsterdam, and there's not a whole heck of a lot going on at this end of the block. Maybe they have more inland, but it looks like they're set up for a lot more containers than they have going on right now. There's a tall ship porting about here. As we leave Amsterdam, we find ourselves in what appears to be, now Sophia's not so sure, but I think that's asphalt. And I think that ginormous crane is unloading asphalt that is manufactured someplace else, which is less environmentally unfriendly. Now, if you notice that crane, yeah, that crane is, you see him whipping around? He's going to get himself another load right now. And if you look carefully, there's a little, like, guy sitting in that little red house up there. He's going after whatever's there at the Gloria Pegasus in Panama, and it appears to be unloading asphalt. But what do I know? Well, the wind turbines are stationary because we have a beautiful evening with no wind. So we're going to go into the Atlantic Ocean soon. Amsterdam, and this appears to be a truck ferry. That's right, if you absolutely positively have to get across the river, you would use a truck ferry. And then I personally think that this vessel here is to make sure that in case of emergency, we don't bounce off his rocks. So if something goes on, he's going to bump us against back into the middle of the channel. Just in case, our little insurance policy. Anyway, we're heading in because it's getting dark, and that's the end of our departure from Amsterdam. We're leaving Amsterdam here. It appears that our tugboat that's been following us is a river tugboat. And now taking over is an ocean-going tugboat. They're going to follow us out of here and make sure we don't get in any trouble. Because our river tugboat, he was keeping up with us, but he just stopped. And I'm thinking he's handing over the baton to the ocean-going tugboat. And that ocean-going tugboat is not going to let us run into the rocks. No sirree.